Okay, so here we go. I have done all the stitching on this. So this is what we're working on again here. So this is our bag journal. And we are going to the next step. I got some goodies here that I pulled out. So that's what we're going to do. So I hope you're having a good morning. Thanks for watching. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. But I wanted to go ahead and show you guys where we're at right now before we move on to our next step. So this is the fabric sewn onto our journal. So this is the back. I know there's a little gap here. It's okay, because we have some trim. I pulled some trim. Here's what the inside looks like right now. Remember, we're going to cover this bit with this funky diva here and make this like a little pocket. So don't worry about this part. I realized I probably should have waited to put this fabric on, or this fabric. It's early. I should have waited to put this paper on until after we stitched and then just maybe put it over top. We'll see what it looks like when it's all done. I still love it. But of course we're going to have stitching through here. This is going to be our spine is right here. So this is mostly going to be covered up anyway by our signatures. So I'm not too worried about that. So anyway, I have pulled some things to add to our cover. Because remember, color palette. And then from there, we decided we wanted to go ocean, boho, so, and the jewel tones. So this is our color palette. This is our jewel tones that we're going with. An ocean boho with kind of like some cottage core fun. So here's what we got going on. I pulled some stuff. I did lay it out already. So I'm thinking this here. And I kind of was digging. This might be over a little further yet. Like this. This kind of situation. So I want to kind of have this on here. I like this doily. I think that's really good for both boho as well as kind of a cottage core kind of situation. So that there, this doily that I love up here, maybe scooch it up a little bit, okay? Then I had this, found this really pretty purple lace in my stash. So I'm thinking about, where's that? About there. So I don't want to cover up some of the stuff that we put on here, but in the same note too, I want to add some layers and some texture. So I'm thinking that going there, because it's peeking out through the different layers too. And we can still see what we want to see. And the purples and everything. Okay, I'm not sold on this one. This was the hard one for me on whether or not to add this. This gold kind of trim up here, I'm not sure about, but so I don't always like to do bling, but I'm stepping outside my box on this quite a bit. So I'm thinking that up there, just, you know, let's just do it, right? Why not? And this is really stiff. It's very plasticky. I got this in some stuff like somebody gave to me that they were getting rid of, or I got it in an auction. I have no idea where I get some of my stuff. It just like shows up at my house. Speaking of auctions, I got some things in an auction and I can't wait to get them. One is a very, very old book that has a handmade like cover around it. So I'm really excited. And I only got it for $2, you guys. It's gorgeous. I got to see it in person before, but this was an online auction. But I will show it to you guys before I do anything to it. So I'm thinking this over here. I hope I haven't zoomed in too much so that you can't see what's happening. These will lay flat once we get them sewn on, so I'm not like super worried, but I'm thinking this over here. As you can see, I already kind of did some planning. So I wasn't like flapping my little wings too much. Now lay down, behave yourself. Maybe a clip. I just want it to lay flat so I can show you guys what we got going on. So let me grab a clippy. Let's put this little clip on here just so it stays put for a little bit. Yeah. Okay. I'll put one up here too. And sometimes it helps if you make sound effects to do things. It just makes everything better. Things work better. See? Yeah. Ta-da. Okay. All right. Let's see. This. Okay. This was fun. I've had this trim for a while. I don't know why it was trimmed either. But I was thinking this would look really cool if we do it like this. Like I want to put it right on that line. But then this, like I won't have it go across the whole cover. I think I'll just have it be going underneath this doily and stopping on either side. So this will go here like this. Maybe cheat that down a little. So, because you won't be able to see that underneath there anyway. So I might stop it there and there. And also, I don't know, deciding. All right, and then these little flowers. Like I said, I'm not big into pink, but I'm starting to love it. Don't tell Jessica. Nobody tell her. So I don't know if I want to put that over top of the middle or put that underneath too. So that's nice. But then if we sneak this under here, and once again, we would be clipping it or ending it here and here where this doily is. And then I have this really pretty embroidered trim that I've had for a while too. I've slowly been I love it so much, but I've used it on some journals, and every time I put it on a journal, that journal sells very quickly. I think it was this way. Like so. Okay, so that's what I'm thinking that we're gonna do. So yeah, that's our next step. Rock and roll. I'm gonna sew all of these down, and I think I'm gonna use thread that you're gonna be able to see yet, because I use like a teal, so it's, you can't see a lot of it because that all of the stitching was covered up. I just used a straight stitch to sew down all the fabric. I probably should have talked about that a little bit more. Do you have to sew? Absolutely not. If you glued it with that fabric tack, it's gonna stay down. It's gonna stay really well. You don't have to use a sewing machine to do this stuff. But what I would do, because I didn't glue the whole backing, I would at least put like a little bit more underneath some of the places instead of just on the edges, just to make sure everything's glued down. Same way with your trims and stuff. You don't have to use a sewing machine. You could 100% use some of these adhesives. They make such great adhesives now. So, and this is the fabric tack. This is what I used when we're gluing everything down. So, okay, so we're gonna move on to these being sewn. So we'll do some magic. Ready? Okay, ta-da! So here we go. I got all of that trim sewn on. So everything's sewn, stitched. This I left because I had a thought that this might look really nice on the inside of our journal. So I'm not going to cut it off yet until after we decide what we're doing completely in here. So I'm going to leave it because we can glue it if we decide to put it in this way. So I'm just going to leave that in here for now. I did not end up putting the flower trim. This was in one piece that went down here because I didn't like how it was crossing over the little bead fringe, which also bead fringe, when you cut this stuff on the ribbon, it will start to unravel. So make sure you put some glue or some tape on the threads. I put some fabric fix on the edges just to make sure that the beads would not start to unravel. So there's some fabric fix there. I wiggled kind of to cover this, so that's stitched down and glued under there a little bit as well. Same thing on the back. So, some decisions. I think I'm just going to glue this up here, but I haven't decided completely. And then next was the flower trim. This is a little wiggly here. So I have had these flowers originally like this. So I need you guys to comment. Do we add the flowers? You got to tell me yes or no. Add these flowers, the white and pink ones. Do we add the tealy blue situation, the kind of daisy and these blue ones? I think they need to be on here because it brings that color in from like the handles and everything. So, and that's the other thing to remember with this is that this also has to look cute if we're going to hang onto it as a little kind of purse bag situation. So there we go. So keep that in mind. So yeah, pink flowers, do we add them? Do we not? I need a comment. I need you guys to tell me because we're making this together. So you guys got to help me make a few decisions. Same thing on the back. So here's our back. And we were going to do maybe the flowers along here, or if you guys have a different idea. And then we were going to do, or I had laid it out to put this kind of up here, but if we're doing that one on the other side, maybe we angle it like this. Maybe we put it down here. So let's have some options. I want you guys to decide, or we could put, since we have two of these, we could put another one of the big ones back here too. So we could do a small one or a big one. It's pretty too. Or even like this. Or whatever. So you guys got to decide. Help me decide. Where are we putting these guys? Are we putting them on? Are we leaving them off? Are we waiting for later? I want to hear your thoughts and comments. This I just cut rough. We might do something else to that edge later on. I left it a little long. I have cut most of my little threads off here, really short, but so you can still kind of see them a little bit. I like little threads sticking out from my journals. So that's where we're at with this. So we have our cover almost finished. And I am really liking how it is turning out. Isn't this so pretty? Just this edge. So if you wanted to set it on a shelf, isn't that pretty? And then, of course, eventually we'll add a spot to put some book jewelry on here too, because we got to have some book jewelry. And by book jewelry, I mean a little fancy dangle to put on the back of our book, a little charmy situation. So yeah, because I make book jewelry just to sell too. So, and I love making book jewelry. Making them fancy. Okay, guys, that is what we got for right now. So we'll move on and we'll do a little bit more with the cover, or else I'll get that pocket sorted out first and then show you how that goes. And then we'll get into signatures, I think. I think that'll be the plan. So I hope you have enjoyed this. Please, please, please leave me a comment, guys, about those flowers. What are we going to do? Help me. We're doing this together. I want your feedback and your input. All right. Thanks for watching. I hope you had fun. If you're making one of these along with me, that is totally awesome. Make your own bag journal. That'd be super fun. And I'd love to see and hear about it. So, all right, guys, you have a great day. Thanks for watching. And don't forget, art with your heart. Bye.